Hello everyone and welcome to my tutorial on yet another Clover Hydrangea variation. These are all based off of Shuzo Fujimoto's designs. We've got a number of requests for this one, which is a design a variation kind of arrangement I came up with over COVID lockdown about a year ago. Yeah, so I've got a number of requests and I figured I'd finally follow through with such a promise. So what we've got is, hey, that's a really good question. What have we got? I've got a number of projects on the go, so I forget what I've actually done. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so it is a 24 by 24 square grid. With 48 by 48 diagonal divisions. Okay, so because we've got double the diagonals and we do the horizontals and verticals, we can add an extra layer to the hydrangea off the bat, which means we start it on the diagonal. All right, so we start by making a pleat in the center. There we go. Another plate. But, you know, not like that. It's a 2-division plate. All right, and we're just starting off by doing a hydrangea in the center. Yet again, I will preface this tutorial with, this is not a beginner's tutorial for these designs. I strongly recommend you get a handle of the Clover and Hydrangea designs before you attempt this. But if not, well, I'm impressed. Give it a crack. I've got a lot of tutorials on these designs. I have been asked to do a simplified version of just the hydrangea and clovers, which I may do, but otherwise there's tons of tutorials on these designs. Great ones by happyfolding.com. She's got a website and she's got an excellent YouTube origami channel, so go check her out. I don't like to redo stuff that people have already done that much because she does excellent tutorials. All right, so there's your initial collapse. And we fold that down. All right, then we grab one of these. Like that. I always like to point out when I get it wrong, see how that bit down there has not popped out. Flip it over. And you'll see there it's not pushed right to the corner. Give that a little tap with your handy toothpick. I am absolutely terrible at watching the screen while I do this, so I do get a lot of feedback and messages saying that I keep going off the screen. Yeah, I totally do. I don't really care. I think you get the gist. But folding these is an absolute joy to me, so I get kind of lost in what I'm doing and not looking at the screen. All right. There we go. So it's going to be 2 layers of the hydrangea. Now I kind of forget if I pop this one out this way, but we will see soon enough. So because of how the proportions of a square work out, this next collapse is 2 grids wide on that one. You see, just there's not always perfect, and that is fine. It'll all come out in the wash. Now, another quick reminder, when you're folding grids for these kinds of tessellations, I strongly recommend you reverse every single crease while you're doing the grid fold, because parts of each crease have to, go one way and then the other. So if you've reversed all the creases, as in crease them and then crease them the other way, it just makes all of this stuff a lot easier. Now, fingers crossed I did that right. All right, there we have 2 layers. Now we'll make the third. So this one is different to the last one I did. All right, so alright, that one folds down like that and then back down like that. And you get to see now how amazing Harmony print paper is, because it really starts to separate the colours as they go under. Oh, that's not very nice. Can I get in there? Poke that in there. Straighten that up. Ah, that's good. All right. All right. Now what we'll do. So this is the transition between a hydrangea and then turning the rest into clovers. So there's a hydrangea back in the middle, and then we'll turn it into hydrangea petals on this side. All right. So we fold these ones up. It's just to get them in the right way. Pull this side out, and I use my finger and push up from there. You can kind of undo a fair bit of it. The paper memory tends to put it back the right way. Crease those ones like that, and down. Like that. Let's tie it down. All right. Child in the background. Alright, and one more. I'll do this slowly because, again, I know I do it fast. Alright. So you just want to crease those that way. Pull out, and you see at that point there, and at that point there, you're wanting to push those out. So with my fingers underneath, pop those out like that. And see, reversing those creases makes a huge difference because it makes this bit a whole lot easier. There we go. All right. So hydrangea turned into clovers. Now for this, all we're doing is just adding a space in. So you get that sunken in and the raised up border. The way you can do this so nicely is because you've doubled the diagonal creases. So it works out. You're just adding one grid space between them. So instead of pushing in, say there, for that one, that would make a normal clover there. We're just bringing it back one intersection. I'll get that back to where it was. All right, and we want to push in that one there, like that. Children in the background. All right, adds a nice soundtrack. All right, so we're doing that. All right, see, and it, all right, and once you've got all your creases lined up like that, to show you nicely, they will collapse down quite easily. Like that. And that's one side. And see, got that gap between them before your border of clovers. All right. Now be careful when collapsing these if you haven't done this a whole lot. You do not want to push down without having all your creases perfectly, the folds perfectly reversed, because you'll end up making new creases, and that is a definite no-no. You want to use, you're not making any extra folds, you're just using the creases you've already done. And you've done heaps of them, so why would you want to make any more? There we go. Keep going off to the side. That. All right, looking good. All right, isn't that beautiful? I love it. All right. Cool, so now we just need to finish off these corners, which I love doing these bits. I mean, I love saying that and then getting it wrong, which is a possibility. But I do love these corner bits because they're a different shaped tile, and I think they look really cool. All right. All right, so you've got the same shape there. It's just one, kind of a gap there. So when we collapse that down on the other side, you get that angled tile at the edge. So you can fold them down like that just to make it easier to line up. With practice, these things just make a whole lot more sense. And what you can do is just use that and push that in, make it a bit easy. All right, looking good so far. And then we've just got to finish off the edges. So if you've done lots of clovers before, the edging will make a lot more sense, like that. As you can see, these things get a little bit fiddly. So when I do a smaller one like this, a lot of this is done with a toothpick, just to make sure that the creases are reversed perfectly along the line, or else fat fingers tend to make a mess of it. All right. That has its own beauty around the edges, but that's not how I like it. So we do is get these bits and just push them in and then fold those bits up. So that folds over, just pop that out. All right, now we just need to finish off these edges on a diagonal. So easy way to do that is to just push them down like that. Make sure that creases along that line. Like that. I like to finish them off myself. I like to finish them off like that. Yep. So just makes it tidier. You can also finish these corners squared off like that. End up with a square corner if you wanted. I do not, so I shan't. But you can, because of, you know, free will and things and personal preference. So wait, what am I doing? Get back there. There we go. Right, so fold that under like that. Okay, I realise I probably made that less than helpful, so let's try that again. Again. So I like to fold that corner in and then fold it over again. Like that. Do I? Is that what I do? I think so. Ah, no, ignore me. So I fold that corner over and then I fold two down like that, and then it's exactly the same as the these square ones. You can just pop that in. Yep. Oh, you get what I'm getting at, don't you? You all get it. All right, there you go. So I actually fold it over a bunch of times. We've got one more corner, so let's try and make that one more helpful. Like that. All right, final corner. So over, and then over again. Like that. And then you can just push that corner in. Push that point in like that. Did I do that on this? No, I did not. Who knows what I'm talking about? But looks tidier and it holds the corners in nicely so you don't get little flappy bits. All right, so that is the base design. Now all you need to do is fold the petals in. Definitely a toothpick here is worth it to try and just crease on there. You want to fold it in half and you'll see there'll be an intersection of two creases just there. Fold the point up to that. Like that. Cool. All right, now the way I do these, as I've shown in a bunch of other tutorials, is I get my toothpick, I line it up with that corner there, I put it under, just get it on the edge like that, so it's straight, put it in there, and then just push my finger, and it just gives you a bit of a mark. And then you can use the tip of your toothpick to push that under, like so. A lot of practice involved in that, I'll be honest. So practice, practice, persevere. There we go. All right, and that's 2 layers, and that looks quite cool too. This one you don't need to, because you put that in there because you've already got a crease from the grid, so you can just, again, practice, be careful, and do this slowly. If you push too hard, you will rip straight through the back of the paper, so kind of push it there and under. I actually blunten my toothpicks for that exact reason, is that if you scratch along a crease with a sharp toothpick, it will just tear, and nobody wants that after doing that many grid folds. It's enough to make one cry. All right, there we are. It's a hydrangea embedded in a clover with an octagonal border, which is a very catchy name. Hyphens between each word. There we go. So this is just a variation. It's not its own design. It's just a variation of Shuzo Fujimoto's amazing tessellation techniques. But as I said, isn't that cool? This is my absolute favorite arrangement that I've come up with. There we go. And they look absolutely fabulous backlit, because, yeah, some great designs come through when you shine a light from the back. So I wish you the best of luck folding this one. Have a look. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, mild abuse, chuck them in there. Happy to answer them or tell you to get lost, depending on your comment. Yeah, so if you do struggle with any pieces, let me know, and I'm quite happy to help out with that. And if you do post these on Instagram, tag me in there, chuck my name in the comment so I can see your work, and I'm happy to share it on my stories. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.